Hey, it's the Fish Guy. When I say managing your aquarium, whether you have our company, great tip, so that you can keep your glass in your aquarium clean in between our visits or in between your services that you're doing on your own, and do it without getting your hands wet. So some of you may have seen this in the past, but I'm sure a lot of you, this is new. We have magnets that actually have one side of a magnet that goes within the aquarium and has a scrubbing brush on it, and the other side of the magnet that goes on the outside of the aquarium. The magnet that I'm holding, you'll notice a piece of wood between them because it's a very strong magnet. So if I put them together without the wood between them, it would be very hard to pull them apart. Not to mention you want to keep an eye on your fingers from getting stuck in it. These magnets are available in a number of sizes. We have a small, a medium, a large, and then what I'm holding is the extra large. Now, not only is the size important based on how much wiping you're going to be able to do, but more importantly, the size is based on the thickness of the glass of the aquarium. So you'd want to use the small magnet on a thin aquarium, such as a BioCube. But if I were to take this magnet and put it on this large aquarium behind me, the glass is too thick, so the magnet actually wouldn't even be effective and it would just fall off. Let me demonstrate how you'd use this on your aquarium. There's two pieces to the magnet. One has an abrasive side and the other side is softer. The abrasive side, it's also lighter. That side of the magnet is going to go in the tank. Now it'll float, so once you put it into the aquarium, have your magnet side next to it and it'll automatically attract itself to it. Now that that's in the aquarium, notice I can still stay dry, right? This right here you can use this to wipe the aquarium right down. Now what I recommend when you're doing this, if you start to see a film of algae on the glass, that's when you'd want to use this. As you start doing this, put it in one corner of the aquarium and just make even wipes and overlap each stroke so that you're sure to clean any of the aquarium. If you have any challenge spots or hard spots on the glass, you could just focus in one area and the redundancy of going over it will help clean that. Now, again, there shouldn't be too many hard spots if your tank is managed properly on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. The thorough algae will be removed during the service. This is just for in-between services. If you keep up by keeping your tank clean in between services, it'll prevent the algae from ever getting hard onto the glass. So it should be able to easily come off with this magnet. Now, one very important aspect when you're using a magnet, remember I already showed you how not to get your fingers stuck in between it. That's one important aspect. The next thing that's very important is, especially on an acrylic tank, but also important on a glass tank, you do not want to get any sand stuck to the abrasive side of the magnet. I don't want to bring my magnet down any further than about an inch or two from the sand. And when I'm doing that, I can just clean around the sand. Do not go any further than that. Clean your sand during your managed service program on a regular basis. Do not use the magnet. Again, if any sand gets stuck in this magnet and then you start to pull it out of the sand, that will scratch both glass and definitely scratch acrylic a lot easier too. Now, the manufacturer does not recommend leaving the magnet in the aquarium, but we do understand that it's easier to leave it maybe up and out of the way so that it's readily available for you to do your wipe downs. That's fine, it just may shorten the life of the magnet. The other thing that you want to make sure is just that this is very clean and free of any debris at all. If you leave it in your tank, it could grow algae on the magnet. You can remove it and brush it off for cleaning on a regular basis. And again, you can leave it up and out of the way. A magnet for sure will help make your aquarium maintenance a lot easier. Now keep in mind the magnet that I'm demonstrating is called a Mag Float. It's a higher end, high durability magnet. There are other magnets available on the market for a little bit of a lesser investment. However, we have found that those inexpensive magnets are not as successful and not as easy in servicing your glass or acrylic as the magnets here. The other thing to keep in mind, a couple of very important tips. The magnets are designed to be used for glass or for acrylic, so you want to make sure your purchase of the magnet is for the right material. Another thing that you want to know is that the magnet should be fairly easy with very little strength required to be able to move it up and down or side to side. If it's too hard for you to move, it's probably because you're using a bigger magnet on a thinner aquarium, so the magnetic force is stronger, which is making it more difficult to move. If that's the case, your magnet may just be too large. On some of our bigger aquariums, people have actually asked for one size down from this. It just takes a little bit longer to clean the aquarium with a smaller magnet. You just have to keep in mind the magnet's got to be able to have enough magnetic force based on the thickness of your aquarium. So these magnets are available in our retail store and also from your technician if you have our managed service program. So please ask if it's something that will help you in making sure that your aquarium is always looking perfect. For another episode of Fish Guy TV, I thank you for joining in today and look forward to helping you with your aquarium and making sure that you're successful.